Hey, 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 welcome. Another league match, this time between Lynet, and whoever, well, however you pronounce this. The player in blue currently. Um, so yeah, league match, E1 division, everything to play for. His current standing, so Lynet doing fine, 50-50 currently. Uh, and D, I'll just call him D, has some work to do. An unfortunate result against the game, so that was six, but yeah, did some nice work in the other matches. So let's see if he can do this match. Get a good score here as well. So let's see what we have on this board currently, and for this for rest of this game as well, because that's how the mean works. So trashing, there's Stonemason, but not really good at trashing estates. There's Masquerade, which is trashing. That's probably going to be the trasher of choice. There's also Sacrifice, but Masquerade is quite a good card. It's plus draw, Sacrifice. I mean, early game it does some, like, you get some amount of value from trashing estates, but nothing that kickstarts your deck at all. Purely points, which, well, if your deck's better than your opponent, then points are almost inconsequential. What else? Overlords, not really. Village. Odysseys also don't really have a village unless you count taking a turn as being a village. So the only way of playing more than one terminal each turn seems to be Sacrifice, which is kind of rough. Do we have gains? I guess there's Mountain Shrine actually. So Mountain Shrine. Oh no, that's plus two cards, plus two actions. Never mind. Um, hmm. There's no way of playing. Gaining is our gains. Well, Stonemason kind of sort of maybe. There is Sunken Treasure, with which you gain stuff that you can then sacrifice, but that's not really what you want to be doing. You can buy Stonemason, overpay, and then you have 3 additional action cards in your deck. So you can play sacrifice twice, maybe. So like maybe you Stonemason for some conspirators, sacrifice Stonemason, that gives you an additional action to play. But it's all kind of bad. Also I realized I skipped Mountain Shrine as trashing, which is like pretty decent, but that's great. You can buy in the opening, and I think Mountain Shrine is the opening is a bit of a harder of a sell. It's fine, but usually not great. Um, So a bit of an awkward kingdom. Let's see how these players opened. Alt map Masquerade and alt map Berry Masquerade. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's something you can do. Yeah, I think I like opening Masquerade and then a non-terminal. I don't love Sacrifice Masquerade because if you draw them in the same hand, it's quite awkward. Like having any other terminal with your Masquerade, playing Masquerade into drawing some terminal dead is also not great. So Lynet did rotate and then immediately buy a Voyage. D opted not to buy a Voyage this turn, buying Buyer Treasure instead. I guess Buyer Treasure is actually plus buy, which I missed initially. So that's a way of getting more than one card, possibly for a sacrifice, but yeah, buying Buyer Treasure is pretty good. I think given the lack of plus action here, which means you also really can't really join on your conspirators. Means I'm kind of looking at big money, bear treasure, big money, have some masquerades to like get rid of your estates, then just buy expensive stuff. Maybe you can afford Mountain Shrine to add Mountain Shrine at some point for the +2 coins, trash copper, but like you need +2 cards for it to be good. Not sure how we're getting actions in the trash. Maybe at some point you buy Stonemason and then Mountain Shrine those, but I don't know. It seems too slow to get get sidetracked by the Mountain Shrine. There's also Siren here, which is a very powerful attack. But Overlord can't play it, Battle Misfits can't play it. They all get errata to exclude duration cards. Hmm. Kind of thinking what the best thing to be doing with Voyages is. Probably play Buried Treasures. Play Masquerade, I guess. Get a bit thinner. They're fine. They're not game breaking like they are in some kingdoms. Like X turns are usually pretty good, but I guess you can turtle something on your Voyage turn and get to Conspirator that way, but I don't think you want to add Conspirator to your deck just for your Voyage turtle turns. 8's pretty good. Probably another treasure. And then what else? I don't love Second Masquerade. Just up the Terminal Collision downside. But having like some terminal draws fine in a late game if you're going for big money. Voidberry. But then what? Yeah, second treasure is not great. I was considering rotating with an old map and then grabbing a second treasure, but I don't know. I don't really want a lot of these action cards. Maybe grab a Siren at some point, but you don't need the second treasure for that. Yeah, and this draw is also not great. It is non-terminal draw, but I think it stays kind of rough, given the terminal nature of the trashing. If you're going to be drawing deck, then it's fine. Then it's not actually draw positive. So if you're drawing deck, then you're drawing 2 cards, but then also adding another card to be drawn. So instead of like drawing 10 out of 10 cards, you need to draw 11 out of 11 cards. So it doesn't really do much in that regard. I think I want a buried treasure here for Lynet. Get some buying power, get some plus buy. I probably want to play the other treasures first. Wait, what? Does bury nothing? Oh, it avoids turn. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So yeah, avoid turn, trash something, set up the next turn. It's pretty alright. So here you can either play the old map, or you can try to hit your Masquerade to trash, like to pass this estate along, or you could just play 2 treasures, buy another buried treasure. I guess you can do old map and then silver. Old map, Masquerade, silver, and buy buried treasure. I think I like that most. Do you mind treasure? I guess you don't want to trigger the shuffle. Don't you? It's just 3 coppers and then stay down there. Yeah, that's kind of rough. Play Masquerade for like something in a copper, top like 2 coppers in a state. don't think you want to do that. I don't think trashing one card is worth that. Turtle, yeah, that's, of course, I already forgot about the turtle again. But yeah, that's pretty good here. Seems correct. Discard a copper here to pass the estate along with the Masquerade. Because you only have one left. Because this isn't optional, right? No, it's not. The estate is the worst card in your deck, so you want to pass that along. Yep, there you go. You should get an estate back, but you don't know that, so still fine. No buried treasure, probably. Yep. Could grab another one. You've got 7 coins here. 2 buys. I think I like just buried treasure. Because the alternative is stonemason something. Yeah, it's only actions, and I don't think you want any. They go on Siren here because you don't like you'll get trashed immediately. I guess just buying Siren is a way of activating Mountain Shrine, but again, I don't think Mountain Shrine here is worth it. So yeah, nothing too exciting happening here. Both players repeatedly declining on rotating the Odysseys. I think Old Map is a decent card in these decks, but given that both players only have one Old Map, you can't guarantee that you're the one. Oh no, there's rotation. You can't guarantee that you're the one to uncover the Old Map and then buy both of them. You'll need your opponent to rotate into the 6 cost, the Distant Shores, and then have yourself rotate into Old Map and buy them both with the +5 from Buried Treasure. But no, it's kind of like the penultimate province rule, but then for penultimate Odyssey rotation. And 9 coins here. On a voice turn, no less. It's pretty good. And this time he didn't total the Masquerade. Guess maybe you could have. No. Oh no. Well, maybe you could have. Oh no, because it still counts playing it. Never mind. I was thinking, oh, you can turtle the Masquerade and then play silver copper to buy 2 buried treasures, but that's not how it works. Because even though you don't get the effect of the turtled card, you still count as having played it. Players got rid of one of the estates. I wonder who's thinner actually. so D trashed 4 cards so far right now. Lynet is also about to trash his 4th card to get it all equal in starting cards. Yeah, either 8 or 9 coins here. Don't think that matters much, so yeah, definitely trash the copper here. When he did rotate, oh, I don't think I like that. I think I want to wait to rotate until your opponent doesn't have buried treasures in play. Although I guess then your opponent could still play Void, play buried treasures, and then still buy both maps. Yeah, I don't think I love adding Distant Shores. That means you're adding more cards to that you have to trash with the Masquerade. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a mistake. Especially given that it costs you buried treasure or gold. Also, 3 silvers have been bought. I don't think I like that either. 2 for the net. I guess it's, well, they were all bought pretty early, turn 4, turn 4, turn 5. Yeah, okay. At that point, you do need them, probably. But now that you have a bunch of buried treasure, I kind of don't want them anymore. Oh, it was Stonemason Distant Shores for 2 of them. Oh. Oh, but then you want Sacrifice. Yeah, for Lynet, I definitely want, like, play this buried treasure and grab a Sacrifice in the shuffle, because you want to get rid of your Stonemason, I'm pretty sure. Maybe this Distant Shores are meant to be Stonemasons into buried treasures, I don't know. But as just a card, I don't love them. D here declining to rotate. He's not interested in the old maps as much. I think I still like them because you're not gonna run out of coppers that soon, and also late game. Want to skip your provinces because the draw is pretty weak. So every province you discard gets you, like, has a chance of getting you another buried treasure, another silver, like being able to hit 8 hopefully. Yeah, do you go to all with this chores, but I don't know. I think I've made my thoughts clear on that in that regard. Trash currently has 3 coppers, yep. So D still 1 ahead in trashing starting cards and also has 1 fewer silver. So I think I like these odds. As in the odds of D. And the net declining on the sacrifice. So yeah, it's a Stonemason to do something. I guess this Stonemason can trash coppers if you don't draw your Masquerade in the same hand. But, you know, it's not really a card you actively want in your deck. I wonder what the buried treasure split is. 5-3 in D's favor. Yeah, I definitely like the D's position more than Lynette's. Oh, interesting that the log does in a different order. Because you would have had to have bought this chore first and then old map, but the log displays it in this way. I wonder how these are ordered. Maybe just treasures, actions, green cards, orange cards, same as these. I'm not sure. pretty good voyage turn. Trash card. Play 2 treasures, get another all map. Love that. Alright, so from that here, I guess you pass this stonemason with a masquerade. Unless you are planning on stonemasoning. What's the how do you transform stonemason into a verb? I don't know. So yeah, we are just planning on playing these distant shores out. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be full of states now. We're not even close to repiling or emptying provinces. Are we passing this stonemason or are we keeping it? I think I just want to pass it. Yeah, like that. But then I guess, yeah, if your plan is playing these distant shores, then you don't want a stonemason, but I don't want to play these distant shores still. I guess you could start on provinces here. I kind of want another trasher. Card of the trashes. I guess you can also keep the stonemason and grab a siren. Siren, it's pretty late for siren, but the curses are pretty painful. Usually on siren boards, siren is pretty good, but usually you gain it earlier in the game. Although, 0 provinces have been gained so far, so still got a little while to go at least. Sunken treasure. Double sunken. What are you planning on gaining? Or are you planning on 3 piling Odysseys, buried treasures, estate? But then you want to keep your stonemason. I don't get it. And now bury your sunken treasure, which is a stop card. I don't know about this. I guess, you know, burying your sunken treasures for your voyage turn is fine. Definitely don't play this distant shore here. Or I guess I guess turtling is fine. Yeah, what are you getting here? Overlords? What are these overlords gonna do? Sacrifice your ballot cards? I don't know. You don't really have stuff to sacrifice because you're past your stonemason. Come on, stonemason is distant shores. Lynet is like angling for 3 pile maybe, but these days way better set up to score. So Lynet can't really pile out before, like, and also Lynet can't pile out and also keep a point advantage. And if you pile out while at point deficit, well, then you just lose. So I'm not sure what the plan is here. I guess that's the way to get rid of your stonemason permanently. Just wave throw it every turn. It also means you constantly have a pile threat. Yeah. Maybe passing this stonemason wasn't such a good idea. Is your void turn, so I guess you discard old map. Yeah. 3 buried treasures, right? Well, have you tracked your deck well enough to know this last card? Because if you do, you might want to play the Masquerade if you can pass on that card, but otherwise I'll just content with playing 2 buried treasures, I think. Because triggering this shuffle is kind of awkward. Unless it actually gains you something. Yeah. I mean, at some point these estates run out, and then these decent short become actually good cards, but we're definitely not there yet. Right, we get passed along in a state, but we also get passed back in a state. So doesn't really do much. Rotating back. Yeah, Lynet here very interested in these sunken treasures, but I don't really see why. Like, yeah, you can gain Overlords, and Overlords is kind of an 8 cost, and you get it on cheap, but again, it doesn't actually do anything, it seems like. I'm also very surprised that these buried treasures, like, this are still a 2. Player decided, we've got enough of those. And that says, 3 is plenty, D says 5 is plenty. I mean, I can understand the like converting into provinces now. Let's buy province when you can, such as now with 8 coins, it's nice. And then just buy buried treasure if you can't. Alright, so what's the plan with these overlords? Simply 1 action. So you need to play 1 more before this overlord can be conspirator. So in order to be able to play multiple action cards this turn, you need to sacrifice, like overlord sacrifice Masquerade, I guess. Yeah, like, that's the problem with these overlords, right? You just draw a bunch of them and then they're all terminal. And now you're behind in points and also behind on deck quality. Yeah, I think he's gonna win this, but we'll see. It ain't over until somebody sings. Yeah, still keeping this Stonemason out of the deck. You could consider playing it when you've got a copper in your opening hand to get rid of that. You remove a copper from your deck, you add a Stonemason to your deck. But then on a later turn, you have the opportunity to throw the Stonemason again to get rid of it. That's pretty minor, but hit here again. And he's pretty good at hitting exactly 8. And it did cost playing his discharge there. But I think that's fine at this point. Yeah, Lynet with this hand, double sunken treasure. Ain't no way you're gonna be able to get to 8 here. Well, I guess we're already at 5. You've got 2 discharge you could play. I guess you could, but still. Not having these sunken treasures would have definitely helped being able to buy province. do you play this short here? That's the question, I think. Currently at 6 coins. Yeah, D declines. I think you still get rid of the estate here. Like the only goal here is getting 2 provinces, and estate doesn't have you do that. The 1 point doesn't matter at all, I don't think. Just another better treasure here, I think. Or gold. No, I think my better treasure is better. Void's berry. Wasn't it Void's turn? Oh, it was a Void's turn. Right. I should keep track of those. One more distant shores, and they're quote unquote free to play. I guess D is also. I guess buying voids there also helps D to increase likelihood of pilots. But the bear treasure does it the same and also better. Yeah, I think I'd prefer a bear treasure for D there. Because D will be able to play this voice this turn, which is nice. Maybe that's more than one bear treasure here. This George damage and set aside. Ban of misfits now because you can't gain overlords. I mean, they're exactly equal what they can play. I guess that's not true. Ban of misfits can't play Minus Shrine. Well, overlord can. Oh no, overlord can't either because it's not up to 5 points. How peculiar. Yeah, this deck of Lynet just doesn't have the buying power to support provinces reliably. Unless you're able to get these band of misfits and overlords to be able to play conspirators, but it's pretty slow and still very unreliable, especially since you have 4 states. Because you can bottom deck distant shores, overlords, band of misfits here. Because technically it's slightly better to bottom 2 band of misfits than band of misfits overlord for second treasure reasons. But bottom buried treasure. We're setting up a Megaturn here with Barry. No. I think given the previous non-void's turn, yeah, because now you still need something else. I think I would have wanted to bury the second distant shore there to be able to get this conspirator train started. Alright, void's a nice draw here. Well, I guess you knew. I guess you bottom decked it. Yeah, I guess given this turn, like I wasn't tracking D's deck. Then yeah, I like the void here. So I play, well, you can't actually reach double province here. You could go to 15 with and buried treasure, or you could play this old map. I think I like playing this old map because I think the goal is province buried treasure. But the secondary goal might be playing Masquerade, and silver buried treasure is enough to be able to afford province buried treasure and also play the buried treasure from hand. I'd like to be drawing into drawing further into my deck to reach these buried treasures again. I think I also prefer discarding the copper there instead of the estate. If you do draw the Masquerade, you'd rather pass on the estate than the copper. Okay. Conspirators are alive. Stays and ran. So now we can conspirator have 8. Conspirator. You have +1 action due to the turtle map. She can still play the band for another conspirator. And this is cute and all, but with a 14-point deficit, need to be able to grab all 3 of these provinces over the next 2 turns. You didn't have Voyage, so opponent has a bunch of stuff coming in. Actually, in D position, you might even call this Stone Mace and trash province into double the buried treasure. Because Lynet can only gain 6 points up to 21. So D can really trash 6 points up to 23. Grab double buried treasure. You also have a voice coming in. And then you have basically 2 full turns. And you have a distance short as well to buy a void and a second treasure for 9 coins with at least 6 coins next turn. It's probably gonna be trivial. Now buries one conspirator but declines on the other one. Not sure what the line of reasoning behind that is. Actually, this is a with a buried treasure coming in from D for D. This is a guaranteed winning line. So this turn, Darmatan province into double buried treasure, play copper, buy a voyage, play a voyage. Next turn, you have at least 6 coins coming in from buried treasures. Buy the second treasure. And that's 3 piles. Although they might also be able to see a line to just buy both provinces. Would also work. Are we doing it? Are we doing it? You can even charge the distance short of the province you want. Yeah. I love this. Play Masquerade, might as well. Yep, nothing else matters. And then just buy that. That's game. Very nice. Bit of a long opener. Yeah, sometimes you got that with awkward like games with not very much like the non-engine games. Although only 13 turns even. Well, only actually, but that's pretty average for big money decks, I think. So, although I guess that doesn't count the void turns. All right, New Kingdom. What do we have here? Masquerade again for trashing. That's also bad for trashing from the vampire. There's some trail synergies, maybe. There's also River Shrine as a trasher. Wild Board is called. So you guys have Masquerade with trails non-terminal, but then you don't trash anything else. There is Swap, which can be quite powerful. I don't really have a way to get cheap stuff for cheap, I guess. Gains wise, because Vampire does gain some stuff. Vampire is probably going to be mostly a Destrier gainer. So long ship for actions. We have patron reveal stuff. I don't seem to. No. There's loot for plus buy. Tactician for plus buy, but I don't think this is a Tactician board. The only non-treasure payload is patron, which is not great. So we've opened Silver Patron for D to maximize the odds of hitting Vampire, I reckon. While Lynet opens Masquerade for trashing along with Patron. I think I prefer Masquerade over Silver here. And I guess Patron is better than Silver. I guess Masquerade Patron is a bit awkward if you draw your Patron off of Masquerade. So Patron is not strictly better than Silver, but it's probably better still. Either player opted for River Shrine, which I guess is fair because like you don't want a lot of these 4 costs. But Lynet does gain the River Shrine here. Oh, Lynet with Sombrero. That's rough. Bottoming both your opening buys in the second shuffle. And D's plan came to fruition, grabbing at least 1 vampire on the second shuffle. I don't think I love this River Shrine from Lynet, because you're grabbing River Shrine to get Cygnus online, but I think the Vampire deck is a bit favored in that because Vampire decks can gain Destriers a bit easier, and the draw from Destrier counteracts Cygnus somewhat. Also, the bats are decent at clearing curses. I guess the plan with Masquerade is opening up Cygnus, stop taking curses, then playing Masquerade, pass a curse to your opponent. So I do want D to grab a. I was going to say Brown Masquerade at some point, but I kind of forgot about Trail being quite good against Cygnus. If you just discard down to 3, discard 2 trails, you get to play them for free, get a bunch of actions. I'm not sure why D declined to play the River Shrine there. Oh, because he, sorry, never mind, I was not paying attention. He bought Trail, drew River Shrine in his buy phase. Yeah. Okay. Wait, playing Patron there is free. I guess there's nothing you want to buy for 2 anyway, so doesn't really do much. But yeah, these Tacticians, yeah, I guess if you have a bunch of trails, you can use Tactician, discard trails, and then continue your turn, and not have Tactician be the last card you play. But Tactician also a bit of a anti-synergy with this vampire, which only one has been gained so far. Yeah, with these vampires, I think you just want to grab a bunch of Testiers, see your vampire slash bats more often. Okay, pretty good turn here. Getting to trash 4 cards. I definitely play this trail here. I think, unless you know the last card and you want to keep it for the next turn. Because you definitely don't want to trigger the shuffle because you want to have your vampire enter the shuffle. I'm not sure why we're not playing this trail here. Oh, we're foraying. Ah, you knew the last card was a copper, so you knew you were gonna be able to trash that with the bats. Yeah. Okay. I like it. I like foraying there, I think. Although loot is not that important on this board. I guess it's the plus buy that you want. You don't want Tactician to be your only plus buy. My card doesn't gain provinces. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I like foray. That was fine. You didn't gain any cards in your buy phase, yeah. So even though you didn't buy the loot, you still gain it in your buy phase. So refine doesn't trigger. All right. To verify that. And this turn, you get to trash 2 cards and still get a 4. I guess you gain another trail. Prepare for the sickness reveal. You can also consider, you could consider foraying here. I think I'd rather just trash 2 cards instead. Trash 2 cards, gain a trail, better than only gaining a loot. Yep. I think I prefer playing Masquerade first there over Rare Shine. I guess this way you dig 1 deeper to be able to find an estate. I was going to say awkward Tactician here with 0 actions left, but you have Villager, so probably worth it. Definitely now. Play Tactician first before your trail? I think so. Trashing the trail to get another action? I don't think I like that. I think I'd rather just get rid of a copper here. You're going to be able to play the trail regardless. A bit of an awkward hand for D there. Doesn't have anything bad to pass along to the net, so had to pass along the trail, which is awkward because you want a lot of those for Cygnus. I might have actually passed the Tactician, but it's also awkward. I know it's all bad. Yeah, this is the anti-synergy between Tactician and Vampire. You're not going to be able to play both this turn. You're going to have to decide. Okay, this tells me that you're not going to be playing this Tactician. Orb is kind of a combo with Tactician because you can, yeah, keep on like play your treasure, deck do your actions, play your treasures, keep one card in hand, play orb, use that to play the Tactician. Yeah, not in this turn, unfortunately, but if you have your Tactician in your discard pile already, then you get to do that. Although, these deck's pretty thin. It's going to be tough to have this Tactician be in a discard pile when you play your orb. Unfortunately, not really doing anything here. I guess, yeah, it does. Actually, because Cygnus got revealed just now. So if you discard these trails now, you don't get to discard them to Cygnus anymore. But I think that's fine. I think I like this least. I think you want to discard one trail on one thing and then give the opportunity to discard trail to the Cygnus. Let's grab a trail here, I think, with this River Shrine. So once again, more trails, more better for Cygnus. Yep. Getting trail, lines to play it. Right, so Cygnus first and then Tactician. I hope. Guess discarding to Cygnus here doesn't. Oh, sorry. I thought thought Cygnus was discard down to 3, but it's actually discard 3 cards. So having a smaller hand. So yeah, then I definitely like discarding a copper and a save there on to the poverty instead of the 1-1 split I suggested. An awkward hand for D here. Maybe it's a foray turn. Not really. No, not really. It's gonna be awkward here for D. Maybe just discard the left 3 cards to Cygnus, bad charge state, call it a day. You don't really want to top deck a curse here either. You can either get a curse, trash 2 cards, or not get a curse and trash 1 card. So either converting a state into nothing, or you're converting copper and a state into curse. I'd rather have a copper in my deck than a curse on top of my deck. Definitely. Oh, did decide to gain a curse. You're planning on. You can trash 1 card, gain a trail, and then bat the other card. Then you're converting a copper into a curse and a trail. But then why don't you play the trail? then you clear the cards from your deck. Ooh, Staff Tactician. That's even better than Orb. That's really good. I guess Total can curse when your opponent has Masquerades. Makes sort of sense, but still don't love it. So here, play Copper, play Staff, play Tactician, discard Copper. You've got 6 coins to work with. Yeah, Staff, very powerful here. What do you buy? Either Destrier, Vampire, or Trail. I think I like Vampire. You grab some more Destriers, I guess. No, the bat's not that awkward. I can just try to get rid of Trails if you're overdrawing. If you're drawing deck, rather. Yeah, winning, like decisively winning the Trail split is also very nice on the Cygnus board. I think, like, this turn you could have discarded Tactician and played the Orb. I guess it's the same. Doesn't really accomplish anything. Yeah, okay, never mind. Painful Masquerade here again for D. We pass another trail. So now it's 7-3. Yeah, that hurts a lot. Quite unfortunate, but that's the risk of crashing low, getting rid of all your bad cards, and you don't have any bad cards in your hand. Yeah, passing the swap is also not great, because then you allow your opponent to exchange River Shrine for Destrier. I guess not really, because Destrier doesn't cost 5 yet at that point. We need a second swap, so you swap something into something and then swap something into Destrier. Still pretty good. Could go Patron Destrier here, because I don't really love Patron. Maybe for Raid Destrier. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I don't think I like playing the trail there. Because you top deck either River Shrine or Destrier. I guess, no, like this is optimal, but you could have drawn the Destrier and then you top deck River Shrine, which you don't want to do. I don't think anyway. Oh, double for a. I guess then you're drawing both anyway. So yeah, I think I do like it. Then yeah, if you lose coin flip, you don't play you do play your second trio, but if you win a coin flip, you don't play your second trio and you top deck this year. But Lynet won the coin flip, top decking this year, and then still drew it, which then you don't have it next turn. But not sure why that was the play. All right, so what do you do here? You can do something cheeky like swapping something for swap and then swapping So for this here, could also swap trail into something and swap trail to swap, play a second swap, gain the trail again to play it, but you don't really need to play it here. Tactician, I guess we're going to discard this Tactician somehow. Not before playing our orb. You can't buy for and then play your orb, unfortunately. So we can double foray here if you want to. Don't. I guess I don't really want to double foray anyway. So now your foray, the left 3 cards, buy Destroyer, gain another Destroyer Vampire. We're gaining lose Destroyer here. Seems pretty good. What's an alternative here? The alternative is double foray, but I think that's worse. It does increase your payload for future turns more than double Destroyer does. So you can even double foray and also play the Vampire. Play the Silver here. Discard Trail Tactician Copper. Play the Trail. So take either Tactician or Copper. Draw the other one. No, you would actually need to draw a Tactician. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, you don't need to play the Silver because you played the Patron. So discard Trail, Copper, something. Play the Trail. Yeah. Oh, the Blooms, that's too bad. I think that's the worst one here. It doesn't give you, I guess it does give you 6 coins if you draw deck. Pick ahead is decent. Oops. Probably didn't impact the recording. I didn't move a mouse and then the screen's went on standby. We'll see. Or I guess you'll see if anything happened there. I think just still Destroyer. You could do some swap stuff. But no, I think Destroyer is better here. And D agrees. Awkward end for D. Hopefully this trail does something. The best turn for Lynet here. Getting a Tactician down is pretty good. Can let mid-turn gain a Tactician? I don't think so. Like, get Tactician in your hand somehow, play it with staff to get the double Tactician loop. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, drawing both stations there is rough. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of why Tactician is often worse than you might think. Because it, like, if you discard 3 cards and then draw 5 cards, it's just kind of a draw 2, right? Terminally. I mean, this guy you're by. It costs an action, gains an action, that's kind of neutral. But yeah, not great. Oh, Sexton Trail as well. So what's the goal this turn? The goal is probably, I guess, just buy a bunch of stuff because we don't seem to be able to do much else. I think I want to definitely add another swap into this deck. I mean, and by another, I mean a single swap, the first one. Let's say like, because this River Swine's done its job. It doesn't do anything else anymore. Secret Passage is like, doesn't really do much either, so I'd rather swap that into Destrier. Could also consider longships. That's some reliability. Could also foray some amount, try to get another orb or staff. It's pretty unlikely because there's one copy of either remaining, but if you get a second staff, then you can do the double tactician loops. Which looks like it's preparing for a foray turn. So foray, 11 coins remaining. Can't really, I guess, swap Deshier for a Tactician. Not sure why you buy Tactician here instead of swapping for it. Definitely don't play this trail. Second sword, okay. I mean, it does hurt. This first, grabbing 2 trails, discard 2 sickness. That's nice. Yeah, I kind of want to swap this Tactician away, to be honest. I actually wonder what happens if you swap a spell scroll. Like it says it's pile, and I guess the loot pile is a pile. Doesn't need to be in the supply. Not sure actually if that works. I'm definitely not playing this Tactician this turn, so I might as well just swap it for something else. Yeah. Masquerade. I guess you got plenty of actions, so Masquerade is kind of just better than Destrier here. Because it draws 2 cards and also stretches. Well, Destrier, quote unquote, just draws 2 cards. Also, you can't get Destrier because it costs 6. Yep. Never mind. Yeah, this is just the point where you need to do math, whether you can afford to stretch copper for this turn or whether 1 coin differential makes all the difference to what you're able to do this turn. Coins is what we have. No forays available. Just double province, Baptist trail back to the vampire. Or province, gesture. Nope. I guess there wasn't enough buys for that. No, there were, right? Yeah, 3 buys. Tactician and also the orb. Yeah, I'm not sure if the second province is better than double gesture there. I think I want to bottleneck this trail here. Kind of want to keep the copper to be able to pass with Masquerade. You can also see the bottom pattern actually. Ooh, bit risky here. Wow. What if you didn't draw this copper here? Yeah, I don't think that's correct. I think you rather bottleneck the patron. It only cost you 1 coin, but I think 1 coin is worth the insurance of being able to pass a bad card with Masquerade. Yeah, D here again, needing to pass a card. I guess I passed the gold here. No. That's the swap. No, I don't think. I think swap's quite powerful here. Don't think I like that. Because gold, yeah, does give like 2 more coins than a copper. But I don't think. I think swaps is worth more than getting some additional money. So bottom cards are copper and silver. Yeah, now you can swap away this River Shrine. Staff this Tactician. What do you gain this year? Yeah. Yeah, this is really good. Getting to play everything. And sword here, if you discard trail, then you sword again. I guess Dean knows that you have double sword, so he should discard copper first and then trail. No. Unfortunate. Yeah, you can't really. You can't. There's no way to do both foray and staff tactician, so just play these treasures out. Play tactician, discard the other tactician. It's fine. I guess I kind of forgot that Lynet had 2 tacticians. So if you get a second swap from your opponent, I think with the first swap, which passed a trail. Oh, that I think I want to return tactician here. Yeah. Because now you get your opponent can grab another trail. And I think trail is very important for the sickness once again. Okay. Some decent discards here. Yeah, I would have loved to have another card in hand here. Just getting vampire. I guess you're a bit too focused on the provinces, but I mean, you definitely need to buy province here. I think, yeah, you can't afford to play tactician here. I guess if you play tactician, your opponent can double province, but your opponent, yeah, isn't allowed to double province anyway. Because if you play Tactician here, your opponents can single province duchy, and then you can't really double province back. While if you buy a province here, your opponent, it's kind of tough for your opponent to double province. Because what if they do and you have 8 coins, right? So Lynet needs to double province plus duchy, which is, I guess, maybe doable. What's the best thing to swap into to gain payload? I guess just patron. So I kind of want to keep these secret passages to swap into patrons. I guess trails can get swapped into patrons as well. Wait, earlier I mentioned wanting a second stop, and that's not really how it works, because you can just play stop every turn. I was kind of thinking like, oh, this staff also stays in play with Tactician, but it doesn't. Yeah, swap into another patron gives you 9, 12, 14, 20 coins. Still just shy. Yeah, that's shy of province duchy. I mean, you could province double estate, but then that loses to province duchy. Awkward. Yeah, it's 1 coin short. It's kind of rough. I mean, that's assuming that D can do something on his turn, which doesn't yet look like. Wait, there's kind of a masquerade there? Oh, that seems really bad. It's your only draw card here. What's the plan? Is the plan just foray? No, you can't foray. Hmm. Do you just not touch the province pile, assuming you'll be able to double province next turn? I guess it's fine. Maybe just don't play around double province, because can D actually double province without Tactician? Does D have enough money to get 16 coins? Triple Dutchy, triple Dutchier. Guess it's fine. And next turn you can swap the remaining cards into stuff to be able to hit 24. Yeah, that works. Annex is planned. Hmm. I mean, I guess it's the least bad option, but I would much rather have had Masquerade, drawn to something plus Trail, probably. What even happened with Cygnus last turn? Just gain a curse. I think this should be winning here for the net. Yeah. Swap turns patron. Wait, what? You do need 4 additional coins, right? I guess double province plus duchy is also probably good enough. Right, D looks to be throwing in the hats. Yeah. Can't say I blame him. So that's 1-1. 80 minutes played. 2 games down so far. Sheesh. It's gonna be a long one. Alright. What's going on here? Going on here is Crucible for trashing, Castle for draw, Roll for draw, Academy for actions. So what gains do we have? To be able to play more, gain more than one action card each turn. I guess Leprechaun gaining Wish for a villager, playing Wish for something else to gain a villager. Tormentor is good with Academy because you can play Tormentor first, get an Imp, get a villager that way, and continue your turn regardless. It's a bit awkward though. I guess you open Crucible Silver? I guess Crypt is thinning as well. Oh, sheesh. I don't think any of these other cards are better than silver. Is Guard Dog any good? I don't love it. Could be fine. Yeah, no, it's terminal. I don't think I want to add too many terminals before I have Academy online. Yeah, I think I think I like Crucible Silver most. I mean, 5-2 would be great here. You can open Crucible plus a 5 cost. I think I would take Tormentor first. Maybe Academy first seems kind of weak. I don't love Scheme here. Because it doesn't do anything yet. I guess later in the game you can Scheme Tormentors. There's first Tormentor. D having 3 here. It's a bit awkward that Crucible and Alms is. Like your Trasher is a treasure, so you can actually trash low and then also click Alms. Well, I guess you can't click Alms, but it just won't do anything. Another scheme. Yeah, this scheme's just not doing anything, right? Yeah, I think, yeah, when like Lynet already has Tormentor, then it's good, but I would have expected if you go for schemes, then Tormentor would be your first 5. Yeah, here Academy for Lynet, I think. I mean, you definitely want some counter at some point for your plus buy to get some more paddlers. Because these paddlers with Academy are kind of sort of one-shot villages. Decline the council room. Sorry, decline the Academy. And got a council room instead. Yeah, third scheme for D now. Just doesn't really do much. There is their Academy. Okay. So if you did that the other way around, you would have had an additional villager here. Because you didn't actually trigger the shuffle yet. in between buying the Council Room and Academy. Yeah. So Academy for D as well, I imagine. He doesn't have a Tormentor yet, which maybe Tormentor first. Oh, bad hand for Lynet. I guess for Lynet, I kind of want Crypt here, I think. For some additional thinning. Lynet so far only has thinned one card. Did Crucial miss a shuffle for Lynet? I did. Play turn 5. Yeah, we're now turn 6. 7. That is. Yeah. Bit unfortunate, but so it goes. Rabble. Still don't want to add too many terminal cards to my deck because these Academy villagers aren't free like they are in some kingdoms. Second council room before first tormentor. It does give you more peddlers every turn. At some point, peddlers run out, and then I don't know. $12, very nice. I think I still want Crypt. Even though then you're only left with one single villager. I think it's fine. You're probably just keeping this Tormentor. Gets Peddler instead for an additional villager. Which I can see, but like there's a problem with adding another terminal to your deck, and you need to be able to buy Peddler every turn. Because Council Room kind of became non-terminal because it gives you plus buy gives an action, every action gives a thing, so you can just buy a scheme for your Council Room and then it costs an action, gains an action, but Rebel doesn't have that. I guess you do draw a deck with double Council Room, so you don't need Crypt as much. But if you get Crypt, you can afford to add like a couple idols to your deck, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actions. Could add a Leprechaun. If you're so inclined. Which I think I might be. Because Leprechaun is kind of a village, sort of maybe if you squint a bit. So if you play Leprechaun, you're -1 action, gain a wish, you're neutral. But at some point you're going to play the wish, which is cost and gains an action, so that's neutral, and wish can gain an action, so it's +1 villager at the end. So after you played your Leprechaun, gain a wish, and also played your wish for an action, then you're +1. Which is pretty slow, of course, but the Leprechaun itself is non-terminal, which is nice. So you need to play a peddler here, yeah. Yeah, this is kind of the problem with not scheming your Tormentor. What did you scheme instead? Council Room, I reckon. Yeah. It is more likely to draw a deck if you do it that way, but I know, I kind of want these imps with this Tormentor. And kind of want Tormentor, I want to imp a peddler, I want to imp scheme, and then imp something else, so I want 3 imps, I think. Maybe even 4. Imp peddler, imp scheme, imp council room, and imp rebel. And at some point, once you have 4 imps, then you can imp tormentor as well. But not sure actually about that last one. Okay, so with drawn deck, we didn't play our second council room. And the answer is buying a third council room. I guess getting a third council room means you will likely have one of your on the top of your, like, near the top of your deck, and you can now afford to not scheme a council room. You can scheme this tormentor instead. Other than that, I don't love this council room buy. Definitely want Leprechaun. Double council room instead. So we could Crucible this Peddler. Nope, we're just playing it. Okay. Just playing all cards. Well, except the 1 copper. Oh, we're overdrawing by that much. I think I'd rather just kickstart my economy. I guess what were you gonna be buying anyway if you're gonna press a Peddler? Would have had 1 more coin for the copper, 1 fewer coin from play Peddler, so it's +8, so we would have 17. Could be just double profits here maybe. Or are we planning on double profiting? I might want the second Peddler, second Crucible one, that is. So like test Peddler, like then you can, I guess every Crucible is just another province buy. I think it is too late for a Tormentor. It's fine, I guess. I was thinking about Crucible tossing Peddlers into provinces, and if your opponent doesn't do much, then you can just Crucible provinces into provinces. And his Rebel has been bought, and then I don't think it's been played once. Well, maybe not. We ran out of villagers, yeah. We bought 2 council rooms, but ran out of villagers. We also didn't scheme the Tormentor still, so what did you scheme? Top decks. Oh, that's D, sorry. How do you top deck 3 cards now? Scheme, top decking scheme. I don't understand. I guess then if you got draw imp, you can imp your scheme. No. I don't see it. Yeah, this is what I want to see. Tormentor first. 4, 5. Player council room and then player Leprechaun. Or playing Peddlers first. I guess you're definitely playing all but 1 of your Peddlers, and then maybe playing the last one. Alright, we're not cruising this Peddler. Oh no, never mind, that doesn't work at all. Because you play your crucible in your buy phase, your Peddler is also in your buy phase, so never mind all that. Wait, how does gold get here? Oh right, of course, Leprechaun. So we can Crucible gold. We can wish for Crucible, I guess. Wait, can we pass a power situation? We've got 3 buys, you can wish for council room 4 buys, council room 5 buys. And we've got 2 council rooms at Peddler and then 2 buys left. And the lowest pile is scheme on 6. Okay, never mind. There's something to keep in mind for future turns. You could keep this wish next turn and threaten pilot that way. We just keep wish, play our action cards, or play our treasure cards, sorry. I'm getting idle. Don't think I love that as much. Oh, this is pretty good. Can get a crucible here. Love that. Just keep. Yeah, I think I really just want to crucible these golds at some point and then have a mega turn, and I guess we can, yeah, crucible these provinces into provinces, something like that. So top deck, Tormentor, Counter Room, no aim probably. Not sure what the last one was, but I've run out, so these counter rooms aren't free, or aren't really no terminal anymore. Not sure if the Tormentor is worth the Villager. It might be, but I'm not sure. We can Crucible Counter Room to hit double province. Just not sure if that's safe though. That's a problem. Because your opponent has 2 gold, has a wish for Crucible, can Crucible double province into provinces. I guess Crucible 1 province into province, and just buy 2 more. Single province, definitely, I think. Wait, oh, what? Oh, you're lowering schemes for. Yeah, I guess you need the villagers, but. Yeah, these piles getting really low, and then D might just be able to pile out. Yeah, I think I prefer card dogs here, or the province. Yeah, I don't think double province is safe. Let's see if D can punish here. Could just still torment it first because it's non-terminal then. I guess there's golds don't really do much because of the MPS. It's awkward for D, but I guess that's all the more reason to crucibles the golds. So you definitely need another buy, so might as well play the second cast room, then play Leprechaun. Pilot first, sure. Because all these pillars gonna get played anyway, because you're not crucibling them. Okay. Wish for crucible because it's +5 coins. Gold, I gained a gold. It's only 1 coin. No. I mean, this term specifically for the crucible, but we get there. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. I guess gold was plenty. It didn't matter, so good enough. Very nice. So far, every game, second player has won. Bit of a break. Alright, that game only took 20 minutes, so we're increasing the pace a bit. I mean, this was also a shorter game in turns, but also a bit more straightforward. Like every individual turn was I lost my train of thought reading Lynet's message. Yeah, this game has gone. This match has gone on for quite a long time. I definitely can tomorrow, so I'll have to not to be commentary of a partial match, but still got your money's worth with almost 2 hours, probably, maybe even more than 2 hours. It is. Right, well, we'll let them decide on next two. Let's take a look at the board. Grand Market board. Got Chapel. Just powerful thrashing. So probably don't want or need Apple or Exclude Shrine. We finally have just a village card. No questions asked. No questions asked in the plaza. Just draw dash her. Just plus buy on Galleria and markets. Band of Misfits is just a worse plaza, I think, so I'm not interested in that. There's Guildhall. We do here, you get thin with Chapel and then Plaza enables Great Market. Galleria is fine for Great Market as well. I guess you just get thin, grab 1 or 2 plazas for your Gallerias, grab 1 or 2 of those, and then the rest of your deck's probably going to be Great Markets and Destriers. I think I don't love the treasure-based payload for pendants or bank. I guess they're fine if you have a bank gold silver pendant that are worth 4. You kind of don't want to play copper for your Grand Markets gains, but other than that, that'd be fine. So silver chapel for both players. Second silver for D in a four. No, I guess I think I prefer Plaza there. Turn 3 for D. Unfortunate turn 3 for Lynet there. Drawing 2 cards, 3 states. Having to trash only 2 cards here, and I guess I think I prefer trashing 3. Oh, and once again drawing chapel without any estates. That's rough. I guess for D the chapel bottom deck is not true. No, it's actually not true. No, so D is quite a bit ahead here. Grab a bank, grab a Grand Market. Yeah, it's gonna be a quick one. It looks like at least. Yeah, D down 7 cards. Let still on 11. Buying gold. Is gold better than Galleria here? Maybe. I think I might have wanted to keep that copper there for day. If you're overdrawing by 1 now, I think I'd rather have the 1 additional coin for bank as well. Would have hit 13 here. With 13 you can just buy pendant destrier maybe. And then next turn, yeah, I guess it doesn't really make sense. So I wanted to do something in the next turn, trash a copper. Mm. Actually, you're overdrawing by 2 now, so I think you could have done this a bit more efficiently. I don't think it's going to matter at all, but yeah, all right. A very quick one. Yeah, that was quite unfortunate for Lynet there. Like the two first times you draw your chapel, only being able to charge 2 coppers with it. I think I would have preferred trashing all 3 coppers there and just not buying in second silver. Let's see here. Trashing a bunch. Monolander, Ratcatcher, Infirmary. There's a bunch of durations for Stowaway Draw. However, once again, no plus action. Well, I guess Outpost. Okay, so I want to probably have Stowaway also draw. Guess it's kind of non-terminal, sort of, kind of, maybe. Sirens draw. I think I like Siren here. I don't think I like opening Stowaway. I guess you can open Stowaway Moneylender maybe. I think for Lynet I like opening Ratcatcher Moneylender on a 2/5. I don't like Tragic Hero, I don't think. It's terminal draw. It's not really value treasures you can gain with it, just gold. Stowaway Infirmary, choice for D. Now Lynet has 2 terminals in deck with Tragic Hero and Infirmary. So like this Tragic Hero is gonna draw a whole bunch of Infirmaries and the Ratcatcher I didn't like. You're gonna be sad. Excuse me. D getting a silver here. I don't like that either, I don't think. I think I'd rather just grab some more stowaways. And it's fortunate here that this Tragic Hero didn't draw the Infirmary. Yeah, I think I prefer Moneylender over Infirmary there in the opening. Yeah, Moneylender can trash states like Infirmary can, but you feel that treasure for that. At least Lynet does. D here. There might have been a Siren turn actually instead of this Infirmary play. So by Siren, tries this Infirmary. I guess you might just wait on the Siren until you have a terminal collision. Or Stowaway in hand. I don't think Fountain's going to be something you want to aim for here in this turn. So Ratcatcher, yep. Well, I guess this might be the Siren turn for D, because you don't want to trash this away. This might just be Outpost for D here. C chart has been gained by D as well. I guess C chart draws stowaways, which is nice. It can draw red catchers if you've called them. And it can draw C chart, of course. Yeah, Outpost, I like that. Drawing 2 action cards with Treasure Hero, don't like that at all. This is why I didn't want to open Treasure Hero. I guess this is your Siren turn. By Siren, Trash Infirmary, it's fine. Nope, just wants a silver. Yeah, I guess Lynet could be thinking, I already have Outpost, I already have Treasure Hero at another terminal. The solution to that is getting rid of your Treasure Hero Infirmary, not getting Siren. I guess, yeah, it would be terminal neutral, in fact, because get rid of a terminal in Infirmary, and gain a terminal in Siren. Yeah, now do you play Treasure Hero or Outpost? Yeah. I would just play Outpost and buy Siren, but that's not gonna happen. Nope, another silver. That's a third silver for Lynet, I think. Maybe second. I don't know whether D has a silver or no. What I do know for D is that this hand is super awkward. You can't really buy a duration card with a stowaway. Unless you play Infirmary and hit copper, but that's very risky. Might just be better to just play Outpost and buy Ratcatcher, you know. I like it. And here you can buy a 5. Bit of an awkward turn, I guess. Just add another stowaway. Tide pools. I think I like adding the stowaways first and then using tide pools to activate your stowaways. Oh yeah, and D does have a silver, so Lynet has 2 silver to D's 1. Yeah, this draw for Lynet, once again, just quite poor. I think I might even prefer not calling this Ratcatcher. Just play Outpost, buy another Ratcatcher. Just for me, that's also fine. Yeah. And you add 2 Ratcatchers to your pile, shuffle instead of just 1. Yeah, Siren turn here. Play the stowaway, trash infirmary, very nice. Do traitor shuffle here. I think you do. I think it's worth it. Actually, what do you gain more than because you currently can just buy stowaway. So yeah, okay. You could have bought stowaway and then nothing else, and triggering the shuffle makes your outpost miss, makes your stowaway miss. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think. I prefer this, and definitely. Province with double gold, double copper. Wait, why does Lynet have 2 gold? Just spend 2 buys on them? I guess so. Oh, it's a good outpost turn. Trash copper by province. I mean, I still think D is comfortably ahead. Yeah, behind in points, but that quality is way better. I'm gonna get grab these stowaways because like this, the thing that Lynet just did is, yeah, it's kind of like these 2 green cards are gonna get in the way. Pretty bad. She's not gonna be able to repeat this, I don't think. Yeah, you even get to trash. Oh, sorry. Oh, never mind. Um, I thought the played tide pools and siren, but no. I don't think. I think if you're gonna play siren, then you definitely play tide pools as well. So then you play tide pools, play siren. You just resolve tide pools first, discard 2, then draw back to pick up to 8. So it's kind of like dungeon. So like instead of drawing having a 5-card hand and drawing 3 cards after 8, you get to discard 2 first and then draw 5. So you kind of just do discard 2, draw 2, and then draw 3. Now we're playing 2 tide pools in a turn where we don't have a siren coming in. I guess just using this outpost to quote unquote waste the tide pools. Oh, I got my screen again. I think this is worse. It's quite awkward that the only plus buy is terminal. Both Outpost and Nomads and Tragic Hero are all terminal. So you can't actually gain more than 2 cards in a turn cycle. I just have to discard your whole hand and do nothing here. It's kind of rough. Oh, I guess you also have City Gate. Yeah, sure, whatever. I guess you can call a Ratcatcher here as well. Sure. So definitely discard Tragic Hero or Outpost here. Wait, what? I don't see why you wouldn't discard one of your terminals here. So what if you didn't get to 8 here? I don't know. Touchy, yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I guess what's the alternative? Stowaways. I mean, Dutch at this point is about as equally viable as an estate. Because if you split the provinces 4 to 4, then it's a tiebreak point. I think I prefer Siren over Outpost because it's a curse, and also, yeah. I mean, it's not a plus buy. I don't think. I guess. Still fine, I think. Yeah, and that's gonna have a lot of these turns like this where he's not hitting 8. Hmm. I think as an Lynet, you can probably want to add one tide pool given the amount of green cards you have in your deck. Slash purple. Okay, so discard 2, discard copper province, and then draw back up to 8. I guess maybe you don't want to play this tide pools this turn. You have another one down there. You know, 3 cards. I guess I discard tide pools province here and keep the copper. I also think I want to do City Gate last, like after the Siren. Yeah, I think I want to discard. First discard tide pools province, then Ratcatcher copper, then Siren, and then City Gate. Yeah, now you've double tide pools again, but you're wasting your outpost turn now. I guess otherwise you wouldn't have drawn deck. I mean, this has to be province. Yeah. Because unless your opponent's double provinces, which is going to be really tough. You're kind of winning position, that is. Okay, keep that, trash it with Redcatcher, nice. So what's better odds, hitting Duchy here, or like, I don't think you're going to be able to province here, and also I think provincing is bad for the net here. So I think your goal should be get Duchy. I guess Tragic Hero is a better way of doing that than Outpost. So I guess you, no, I don't think it's province. I think this loses. It might not lose, but it's probably gonna. I think I prefer Duchy there. Then you're tied up at 21. I guess then you might still lose to Duchy province. Ooh, it's a rough 7. Yeah, so Lynet is going to be able to get the victory due to that province buy, but I think is correct. Or maybe you're so far behind that the only way you win is if your opponent doesn't hit province that one single turn, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth the risk. Huh. Lynet somewhat agrees. All right, and we do get a full match. Currently 32 in D's favor, and D also has the first player advantage. Although in his match it might be second player advantage so far. Okay, do we have village? We have lackeys with shortcuts. We have litter. All right, we finally have villages. We can just play action cards. There's also Elder on. Well, I guess Elder doesn't work for village effects. So cursed, we get a loot and a curse. We get modify. What else do we have? Rangers draw, like just draw. Way of the Owl might be draw. Rodin is draw. So can we play a bunch of stuff for value, decreasing hand size, and then draw back up to 7 or 6? I guess with modify. Yeah, but the action space isn't that broad. But there's also rope for trashing. But actually, trashing is only rope and modify. So yeah, I like opening rope. I think I want to open with the rope lackeys. Maybe Fisherman Rope if able, which Lynet had the option to, but for smugglers. I think it's a bit early for smugglers. I think I prefer getting some econ myself first before lifting along with my opponents. Economy. Yeah, lucky villagers are going to be really important. That's one of the ways of playing a bunch of terminals, like Smuggler, and then afterwards draw back up with Owl, and then still have actions remaining. So what do we want? Litter, rope, another modify, another rope. I mean, the first modify maybe, or Miller even. I kind of expected to have that Outcrier get +2 coins, but if you would have drawn another estate there, you risk missing out on a 4 or 5 cost. I guess with deck tracking, you knew that Lynet would have had smugglers in hand there that turn, so maybe you could have bought something small. So I think it's accurate that D has all of the townsfolk, consisting of 2 town criers, an elder, and actually, oh, 3 town criers and an elder. Yeah. Oh, Lynet not gonna be able to use the elder for great effect, I guess. Modify, like elder modify is good. But there's no other natural elder synergies outside of that townsfolk pile itself. In this kingdom. Major rope lackeys. Yeah. These ropes are running out almost. So I think it's correct because like it's only trashing. It's very good trashing, in fact. So what do we get here? Could do triple lackeys, could do lackeys rope, maybe. A bit awkward on 6. Like I would have loved to be able to go lackeys litter, maybe. No dice. Could just go an elder. Elder is in fact a pretty decent card. Yeah, I was very confused by the rotate there. Because I reckoned, I guess, played the time crier and then clicked Eller to buy it, but instead of buying it, it would rotate it. Okay, so that's going to be very thin, but doesn't really have much good cards of note. Well, D's deck is doing something at least. So that's currently 3 lackeys to D's 1, I think. Nice way of the L there. Drawing 3 cards. Almost terminal draw, but he did still have about 2 villagers and Luckily, question mark, didn't draw any actions. Didn't have to spend any villagers. Alright. Dear smugglers, would you like a modify or would you like a curse? Opting for both, along with a jewels. I guess you remodel into lackeys here. Usually with modify, if you trash cheap cards, you just take +1 card +1 action, but here the 2 costs are actually pretty good. Oh, and Fisherman also an option. Yep. It's true. It's true. And then here, would you bleed through all of your villages here? I guess you have to take later, yeah. In that case, I probably would have preferred the lackeys over Fishman there. Just have at least a buffer of more than 0 villagers. Some good time cry action here. I guess you wave the owl this lackeys again instead of just playing it, because that's 3 cards instead of 2 cards. Is this Elder worth a villager? You had 11 instead of 9. What would you buy for 11? What would you buy for 9? You have 2 buys, so you can't do something like Fisherman modify lackeys. Wait, were those the first coppers trashed by D? Yeah. It has to be. 4 coppers remaining in hand. Trashed 3 this turn. Oh. So Lynet has trashed 3 coppers so far. So we're currently equal in trashing, except that D has a Curse deck. Lynet has 2 ropes coming in this turn. So we're definitely trashing 1 copper, maybe a second one. Fisherman Raider. Raider. I think I like Raider here. But I must prefer Curse. Sorry, not Curse. Gold. The yellow Curse, if you will. Yeah, I think I'd rather have later or modify a. Like Raider is only. Like Raider has an upside compared to Gold, giving the attack gets in the way of your opponent. But downside of Raider over Gold. Gold you can play every turn. Raider can only play once every 2 turns, so it's less money per turn than Gold. I guess Curse Modify is actually kind of a self-synergy, because you buy Modify, you get a 7 cost, and you can modify the 7 cost into Province if you like. I think I want to owl this Town Crier and then modify something that you draw. Like modify Copper probably. I think it's worth it, Villager. Because at this point you can just, you have spare buys anyway, so you can just grab lackeys whenever you need some. Yep, and now you Fisherman, Elder to modify. And you get to grab both, draw a card and get an action, and also grab. Maybe fishermen, maybe lackeys. Yeah, I think I like lackeys. You have the buffer of villagers still. So in fact, I think I want to not get started on provinces yet. Let's just get double modify, maybe even. Modify litter, lackeys, also quite fine. I think if you were gonna buy another lackeys, I would have preferred the fisherman on the modify. I think 3 villagers should be plenty. You don't need 5. I think fisherman is a better card in your deck than lackeys. Could be true what D is saying. I haven't kept track, of course, but. Okay. So you definitely want to draw this Elder if you can. For your modify. Might want to play this Smugglers first? No, because then you can't. Yeah, this is a problem for Lynet, not having. I guess you can smuggle lackeys, in fact, actually. That's pretty good. I think I still slightly prefer just playing lackeys first. Because now what you're going to do, you're going to modify this copper and just draw 1 card. I guess, oh no, you can modify copper into lackeys and then play your lackeys. Yeah. Or not. Yeah, because now you're drawing actions dead. Yep. Can't play any of those. Yeah, a bit of an inaccuracy, I think, there. She would love to be able to play a bunch of these cards. Code is pretty decent with these curses you're going to gain off of these modifiers. Yeah, this deck's not reliable at all yet. Yeah, I think 2 or 3 more litters and then 2 rangers might have been nice. Just yeah, set it up so your first ranger draws your 5 cards, and second ranger sets up the first ranger for your next turn. This might actually end up in a hideout relatively soon, because Lex has 2, ropes are out. Curses, I mean, you need buys and a bit of points lead, but especially with his modifiers. So D played Elder Lucky's there. I think I'd rather keep the Elder in hand. So I gotta be able to play another action with him later anyway to not have it be terminal, and now you lose out on the option of having this Elder, like copy this Town Crier, copy the modify. Well, not quite copy, of course, but get some additional value. Why are we not playing these Luckies? I guess we're modifying these doubloons into province, likely. Oh no, of course we're owling. That's better. And now you Elder modify gold into province and also draw a card. That's quite a bit better. Actually, it might be better to modify doubloons into province after all. Or if your opponent buys gold and then raids you, you might want the option of discarding gold over something else instead of having, like, not having the option of discarding doubloons. And that's super minor and probably not going to have an impact on this game, but what to think about. I got to draw, oh, I got to trash both curses here. Quite nice. What are we buying? If you buy province, you can't afford a 5 cost, which is a bit unfortunate, but I think it's still fine. But actually, it's just my bond buy off the win. Yeah. Province 4 curses lackeys would have done it. So you definitely want the points lead, so you definitely buy province, otherwise your opponent has this option. Then what else? I don't think you can afford to lower lackeys. Well, apparently we do. Estate for 1 point. So now your opponent needs province 4 curses. And then trash the existing curse. A bit awkward here with all these treasures. I guess we are eldering this modifying, hoping the top card of our deck is an action card to Way of the Owl. So elder, modify, trash, sword? Which one of plus box or sword is worse? Because this is definitely double province, but I guess I would prefer keeping puzzle box than having this one attack with a sword. So I think you elder, modify, trash sword into province, draw a card. If you hit an action card, you can play it to draw 2 cards with Way of the Owl. If you don't, then you just buy another province and set aside something with your puzzle box. Now we're at 17. Then you still lose to province duchy 4 curses, but c'est la vie. What is D? One buy and also some coins short, right? Oh, double province and also buy 4 curses. Right. It would be, yeah, modifies soaring to province and a half, then 4 additional buys. Wait, that does work, right? But then you still need the estate as well, because double province and 4 curses is 8 points, which gives you a tie, but you're first player, so you lose a tie. So you would need double province, estate, 4 curses, which but if your top card is a loot or some rope, I guess is rope good enough? 3 coins, 6 coins, 7, 8, 9 coins, -1 is no. Yeah, so rope would be good enough because you have 3 coins currently from the raider, +2 from elders, 5, +3 from plus boxes, 8, 9, 10, 11 from rope. So any plus buy is good enough. I mean, definitely go for it. Trash sword. Actually, is sword better than puzzle box? D seems to think so. Copper's unfortunate there. So that's double province estate, I guess. I think I would have preferred to set aside this copper with the bottom box. Yeah, definitely need to buy another province, I guess. Yeah, I think province estate's better than double duchy. Maybe not actually. Because with these modifiers, provinces, you can just mill provinces into provinces. I guess the downside of duchy is that smuggler exists. Did end up deciding on province estates. So the smuggler can only gain a state. Bit awkward. Plays a fishman, find loot, hopefully. Nope. So points here. Province for Curtis is 15. So it's kind of trying to find something where you can modify first and then wave the owl. Is this enough to triple? It is, right? Modify province into province. Player money. No, sorry, modify province to province, modify doubloons into province. Play jewels, rope, rope. That's exactly triple province. Oh, but we're playing lackeys. I'll get bailed out by drawing Elder, but playing the third lackeys, I guess, there. The one that drew Elder Rope wasn't necessary and might have lost you the game. Could have lost you the game. Unless I miscounted before, but wait, you still don't win here, right? Oh no, you get an action back from this modify. Okay, so we modify the blues into province, draw a card, get an action, modify province to province by province. And then we end up at 25 against our opponent's 18. Okay, do we see it? Can even modify this duels for even more points, up to 31. All right, I'm calling it. And that's gonna win this one. Might hope, yeah, there we go. So Lynet ended up crawling back from a 1-3 deficit to a all-tied 3-3, which is I think good for Lynet. Probably manages to avoid the motion there. Well, I think D is gonna unfortunately, well, maybe D6-0s his remaining matches, but all right, that's gonna be it for the video. This vlog of a 2.5-hour banger. Thank you for watching all the way up to the end if you did, and I will see you all some other time. Goodbye.